Hey, it's Eric. Welcome to the video conversation this week. Hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. In case you missed it, the President didn't sign my legislation into law just before the 4th of July. It's the Recovering Missing Children Act that will absolutely do great work now to help reunite families that have missing and abducted children. So good news along that front. Great bipartisan legislation. Now we're going to get to our questions, though. And the first actually comes in from Kimberly in Coon Rapids, who wrote in by email. She says, Congressman Paulson, as a practicing psychologist and constituent, I ask you to vote for H.R. 2646, the Helping Families in Mental Health Crisis Act, on Wednesday, July 6th, when it is considered on the floor of the House of Representatives. This bipartisan bill is supported by the American Psychological Association and will increase access to care. Sincerely, Kimberly. Actually, Kimberly, thanks for letting me know of your support for that legislation. I'm actually a co-sponsor of that bill. There are about 11 million people that have some form of mental illness, unfortunately, across the United States. And thankfully now this legislation will make sure that we can focus the care and medication, just like any other patient, to those who have medical illness. And so great work on a bipartisan level, passed the House with pretty overwhelming bipartisan support. It now will actually make sure that our resources are focused more on evidence-based care, as well as fixing the shortage in hospital beds, and give caregivers the safety and comfort of knowing that their loved ones are going to be getting the care and the help that they need. Next up is an email that comes in from Taylor in Wayzata, who also writes in, Representative Paulson, our foreign aid assistance is used to support programs around the world that bring people out of poverty, deliver health care, and provide access to food. The work that this important funding does to create a better world to live in is critically important. However, we can always do better. That's why I support increasing transparency of how our foreign aid dollars are being spent. I urge you to do the same. Sincerely, Taylor. Actually, Taylor, you're exactly right. Foreign assistance plays a huge role in lifting people out of poverty around the world. We have food programs, malnutrition programs, AIDS funding programs that have been in effect that have helped so many people in Africa and across the world. Very important funding. But we can always do better. And the legislation that we passed this week in the House, bipartisanly supported, it's called the Foreign Aid Transparency and Accountability Act. It's now headed to the President's desk to be signed into law. And basically it's going to make sure that there's more transparency, because it's going to require every government agency to continue to evaluate these programs and, for the first time, publish this information online. More transparency, more scrutiny, the opportunity to find and make sure we are following best practices. Thanks for everyone for joining in the conversation this week. Continue to send your thoughts, your ideas, your questions. You can reach me at paulson.house.gov, or of course on the internet at that website, or on Twitter or Facebook, and now on Instagram. Have a great rest of the week.